Welcome our friends from all over the world. We are the doing company from China, and we are the company to produce the equipment of the waste tire with plastic pyrolysis plant. We just on air, so you can wait for a moment. And today our topic is the how to prepare a workshop for the solid waste pyrolysis plant project. Good afternoon. We are the doing company from China, and it is a manufacturer to produce the equipment of the transportation, transport the waste tire to flue oil. And this is the pyrolysis plant. We have three types, and it's the batch type pyrolysis plant, and the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant, and the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. If you're interested in this, if you're interested in the waste tire pyrolysis project, you can communicate with me in the comment places, or just you can leave your telephone number or the WhatsApp number in a private place to communicate with us privately. And this is the introduction. This is the customer's factory of our equipment. And this is the batch type pyrolysis plant. And we also have the fully continuous pyrolysis plant and the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. And they have some figures and advantage of each type, each capacity. So if you want to know the details, you can just talk with me, and I will have an introduction to you either later. And any questions you want, just talk with me. And we are the doing company from China. If you want to know more, you can leave your telephone number, your WhatsApp number, or your WeChat, email, anything you want, anything you can contact with me, contact with our company. Just leave a number in the comment places or privately, and our customer manager will contact with you immediately to tell you the details or the difference of the capacity and the profit of this industry, or the prices of our equipment. Anything you want to know about the details, you can just talk with our manager. And about this live show, I will have an introduction for you about how to prepare or how to set a factory of the solid waste pyrolysis plant. Anything you want, just ask me. And there's something wrong about our website, our computer, and you can please wait for a moment. And welcome all of you, welcome our friends from all over the world. We are the Chinese company, and this is a PPT of the waste tire pyrolysis plant introduction. This is a project of our customer in China, in Shanxi province. And if you want to visit here, you are also welcome. We're so welcomed, and also you can welcome our factory and our company. We're in the central China in Henan province. And our company located in the capital of China, capital of Henan province, is in Zhengzhou, and we have our own factory. It's located near the Zhengzhou city. Any questions you want, just ask me. And about the material of our pyrolysis plant, well, it can include the waste tire, the waste plastic, and the oil sludge, the medical waste, or any other waste in your life. We also can pyrolysis it into the oil. For example, like the waste tire, we can have the product like the oil, the carbon black, and the steel wire. And about the plastic, we can get the plastic oil. So not only the oil can have a profit, and we also can have profit from the steel wire and the carbon black. And in this PPT, I will have an introduction of you about how the carbon black, the steel wire, the oil can use for, and the profit, and how to pyrolysis it. I will have an introduction detail. So you can have a wait. If you want to know more, you can just comment in the comment places, or just leave your WhatsApp number, your email, or your WhatsApp number, your telephone number, WeChat, anything you can communicate with me in the comment places or privately, and our manager will contact with you immediately to tell you the profit, the details, the prices, anything you want about our project. And our company is the Doing Holding Company. We are in China, and this topic today is the preparation for setting up a solid waste pyrolysis plant. And about the solid waste, it can include the waste tire and waste plastic. And about the liquid waste, it includes like the oil sludge and anything else. It's the liquid. And today our main introduction is about the solid. It's just the waste tire and waste plastic. And today's live show will include the company profile and what plant or what project our company have, and it's just like the batch type pyrolysis plant. See me, continue, fully continue. Oh, is something wrong about this? No matter. Fully continuous pyrolysis plant. This is the equipment our company have, and they're just a few of company in the world or in China have the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, and our company and maybe maybe other regions, the government encourage more about the fully continuous pyrolysis plant because it is more have more less waste, and it can produce more figures, produce more material than the batch type and the semi type. It is more, it's just like the environmental friendly. So our government and maybe in other regions, you can leave your regions, leave your countries in the common places, and I may tell you how to or what policy in your country have. And this is the little about the difference between these three kinds of plants, and later I will have an introduction for you. And the third one is how the product use, and maybe you will be concerned about this. It's about the environmental protection system. Many bosses from all over the world may concern about this. The most questions asked to the manager is the prices and the environmental protection system, because it's about the policy, and it may related to whether you can or cannot done this production. So I will have a detail about main introduce of this and this. And the last one is a client visit and the patent of our company and our equipment. As you all know, our company, the doing company, is have the 13 years of the history, and we founded in 2011, and we have the long history and have the experience, have the many experience of how and what and how to produce the oil in a very good way. Yeah, and we have built a good name and reputation in this industry, and we have our many clients from all over the world, not only in China, but in many other places. We have our customers in all of the continents. I will have an introduction for you later, so you can have a wait about this. And the first part is the profile of a company. I just say a little before. And the Henan Environmental Protection Technology Company has located to the research development of the large and medium-sized renewable energy environmental protection equipment, just our pyrolysis equipment, and a variety of waste recycling equipment for years. We have 14 years, nearly 14 years. And we are a professional manufacturing enterprise which gathers development, design, production, sales, installation, and after-sales service in one. We have our own sales manager and engineer and another like the installation workers. So we have our employees, more than 20 people. And this is some details about it. And our office is in Zhengzhou City. This Zhengzhou City is in central China, and it's the capital of Henan province. And our manufacturing factory is located in Jiaozuo City. and its covenant area of 40,000 square meters. Look at this. This is our picture of our factory. It's very large, and this is the equipment that our customers are waiting to produce. And this is our office. And with mature production technology and the professional sales, engineer, and installation team, through the unlimited technology innovation and following the market demand, we have installed machines in more than 90 countries around the world. We have our customers in every continent. For example, this is the client, the foreign market distribution from all over the world. Like in Asia, we have customers from China, from India, Thailand, and any other countries. And we have our customers in South Africa, Egypt, Nigeria, and Africa. And also we have our own branch company in Nigeria. We have 7 branch company, and one of it is in Nigeria. And by the way, we also have our client from the USA, the Canada, Colombia, Panama, and Americans, and in Italy, Poland, Turkey, France, from Europe, or like the Australia, New Zealand. Although there are few countries in the Oceania, but the main countries, we also all have our client. This is the distribution of our company, the market. And we have founded this company from 2011, and since then we have our foreign market. And the second part, I will have an introduction of you about the 3 different plant our company have, and I will tell you the details and the adventure of different kinds of types. And the first one is the batch type waste tire pyrolysis plant. And just like the name, it's called batch type. So we have to wait to stop to heating the reactor, and then to cool down the reactor to discharge the carbon black. That's why it's called batch types, and we have 1 batch each day. This is a batch type. And about the semi-continuous, we have 2 reactor, 2 batch for 3 days. And for the fully continuous waste type pyrolysis plant, and we can continue to work about 45 to 60 days. So why our company, or you say why our country, why China, to encourage us to build the fully continuous pyrolysis plant? If you have any questions about this, you can just ask me in the comment places, or we have our WhatsApp number or email in the comment places. You can talk with me, talk to our manager privately to know more details about it. And this is the project background of why our company built this project, or why the government encouraged us to do this project. It's just we have many black waste in the earth. You can have a look about this. I don't think sure you can see it clearly. If it's not clear, you can just talk with me in the comment places and I can read about it. Just as it say, the demand of various type is increasingly day by day, but the black pollution for waste tire also become more serious, and it can become a serious problem of the earth. So why we built this? It can transport it from the black waste to the oil for profit and for environment. Just like that, if we burn it directly, it will may have many kinds of pollution. As I say, it's non-fusible and refractory. So it has become one of the best way to deal with this waste tire. To pyrolyze it into the oil, carbon black, and the steel wire. They are all pressure for the bosses to have profit. Transport it from the waste to pressure. And this is the policy in our country, in China. And it says to encourage the waste plastic, with rubber, with butter, waste. The waste rubber include the waste tire. To have a recycle use. Like this, it said encourage. And the solution, how to pyrolysis it from the tire to oil. Just we put it into the reactor from the heating. It can transport to the oil gas, and then through the condenser we can have the liquid oil. This is how we get it. And this is a 3D photo of one of the main equipment of our country is a batch type pyrolysis plant. I welcome you from all over the world. Welcome our bosses, welcome our friends. If you have any questions, just ask in the comment places. Or you can leave your WhatsApp number, telephone number privately to us, and then our manager will tell you more details about the profit or the prices or how it work for you to have a deep communication. And this is a batch type. If you have any questions, just ask me in the comment places directly. And this is a batch type with type pyrolysis plant. And we can have one batch each day. And the capacity is from 10 tons to 15 tons. And many of our bosses from all over the world may have the 15 tons. And this is auto feeder. We can use this to put the waste tire into the reactor. In this project, we need 2 workers, one to operate this and another to have the forklift and to use the forklift to put the waste tire to the auto feeder, and the auto feeder to put the waste tire into the reactor. And this is a pyrolysis reactor. We need the heating energy. You can use it from the oil, the pyrolysis oil we just produced, and we can also use the natural gas, the coal, the wood, and so on to heat the reactor. And this is a burner. The burner and 4 burners to burn the flue or natural gas, and we also have 4 burner. It's the tail gas burner. It's just like this. We have the after the reactor we have the tail gas, and the tail gas is cannot to be condensed, and we can use it as the heating energy. Now it can return to the reactor for heating, and that's why we have the tail gas burner. So for burner and for tail gas burner connect to the reactor, and the tail gas and the oil gas will come out from the outlet. Here is the outlet, and it will firstly come in this buffer tank. It have 2 effects. One is to slow down the speed of the oil gas, because of this heating, it has very high speed, and we have to slow down. And then in the cooling place, the condensed place, it will have a more good effect. So the first effect about this is to slow down the speed of the oil gas, and the second is to settle the carbon black, because we have our carbon black in the oil gas. It will have some influential of the condensation system, because it will have the tub in it. So we have to settle down the carbon black in this buffer tank. And after the buffer tank, the oil gas will go into the condensation system, and it have 7 condensers. The first step, we have 7 condensers. The first step have 2 condensers, and we call it the vertical condensers. We have 2 vertical condensers. One of the condensers have 4 tubes in it, and the oil gas will through the tubes, and outside the tubes is the cooling water to cool down the oil gas. And this is how to condense the oil gas and to turn it from the gas to the liquid oil. And the second step of the condensation system is the oil-water separation. It has 3 effects. The first one is to cool down, to condense the oil gas as usual. And the second one is to clean the oil gas, because the oil gas will throw the water in it. And the second effect it has is to prevent it to return to the reactor, because it will have some safety problems if it return. We also have a sealed design. Our plant, our production line, have sealed design to prevent the oil gas, tail gas sealed from the outlet from the some places. And this is the horizontal condensers. It have the best effect of the condensation, and it can condense most of the oil gas in it. It have 37 tubes in one condensers, and just like the vertical condensers, we also have the cooling water in it. We also have the water tank condensers. It's different from this. It's just like a big tank and the water in it, and it have the coiled pipes inside the tank to ensure for the contacts between the oil, water, and gas. Oil, gas, and water. I'm sorry. And the first step is the cooling towers. It's just the same. It's very similar to the vertical condensers, but it just have one tubes in it to ensure all the oil gas are condensed to oil, because the workers may not control it well, control the temperature well, and the temperature may very high, and the speed of the oil gas may higher than usual. So some of the oil gas may through the condensation very fast, and until this it can't condense well, and so we set up this cooling tower to ensure it all condensed well. And this is our design to have more oil out from the condensing. And as for the oil out, I can tell you about it that just like the waste tire, we can reach the oil out to 42% to 45%. And like the plastic, it can have the oil out. If you have the pure plastic, it can reach the oil out to 90%. Many boss may very concerned about the oil out, because more oil out is like the more profit. And this is the tail gas clean and odor removal system. Just as I say before, we have the tail gas from pyrolysis, and it's the gas that cannot be condensed, but it can burn it as a heating energy. But if we burn it directly, it may have the bad smell to have a pollution to the environment or your plant, your factory. So we set up this tail gas cleaning and odor removal system. This is our patent system. You can only have the system in our country, in our company. This is a tail gas cleaning and odor removal system. From this, the tail gas will have a cleaning, and if it return to the reactor, it will have no bad smell. And about how it work, you can just leave your WhatsApp number or your email, telephone number to us. So our manager will give you an introduction about it. And as for the carbon black, we need, if you want to get the carbon black, we need to cool down the reactor first, and we have the cooling system by the wind. It can save half of the time of cooling, and after cool down to the more normal temperature, it can open the door and release the carbon black. And this is the carbon black factory. We produce the carbon black from it. As for if after we cool down the reactor, we get the carbon black, we can transport it by the wind convey system. It has no seal and no pollution of the factory. It is sealed design. And this is a grinding machine to have to deal with the carbon black. And what can the carbon black use for? I will have an introduction for you later, so you can wait for a moment. This is the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. The capacity is about 10 to 12 to 15 tons. This is a reactor. This is a cooling system. Just I say, it's different from the condensation system I told it before. This is the water tank condensation system. We have the coiled pipes. It is coiled pipes in it to make sure we have a good contact between the oil gas and the water. And it can discharge the carbon black in a very high temperature. So that's the main difference between the carbon black between the batch type and the semi-continuous. And you can just discharge the carbon black into this small reactor and to cool down the carbon black in it, and the reactor can also can continue to work. This is the semi-continuous, the big difference between the batch type and the semi-continuous is it can discharge the carbon black in very high temperature, so you don't need to cool down the reactor. It saves lots of time because about the cooling time we also need for 4 hours to 5 hours, or if you don't have the cooling system, it can reach to 10 hours. It's just, as we say, time is money. So it just saves your money and save your time. This is why many customers choose this semi-continuous for this plant. This is also the semi-continuous. This is the gas purification system. Like this, we can have different kinds of condensations. Whatever you want, we also have. Like this, it is the most difference between the water tank condensation system is it is more expensive, but it have more good condensation effect. This is the main difference. It is better than that one. About the effects of condensation. So you can get more condensation oil from it. And this is another main project of our company is a fully continuous race tire pyrolysis plant. It has the capacity from 20 to 50, and most of our customers will have the 50 tons of the production. And for our country in China, our customers will like to have a biggest interest of the fully continuous, because why? Because our government have a policy that it encourage the bosses in our country to have the full continuous pyrolysis plant, because we have the biggest capacity and have less pollution of the environment, because we have sealed design. This is the fully continuous. And the main difference, or one of the main difference, is we have to produce the waste tire to the powder first. Then we can have the continuous to produce for 45 to 60 days. This is one of the biggest difference. It's just if your material is rose tire, you need to shred into the rubber powder. The rubber powder needs to be 16 to 18 mesh. Anything you want to know, you can just ask me in the comment places. If you want to know more about the fully continuous, the semi-continuous, or the batch type waste type pyrolysis plant, no more details, you can just ask me or whatever you want. For the continuous waste type pyrolysis plant, like this, the feeding, the pyrolyzing, and the slagging are all running continuously. It can run continuous for 45 to 60 days. So in order to ensure the continuous supply for the raw material, because just like if we have the materials just the whole tire, we need the workers to put it into the reactor, and we need to open the door, or we don't have any idea to put it in the reactor. So we have to shred it into the from the waste tire to the the rubber powder. And why we need to have this project? Because there's some steel wire in the waste tire, so we need to take this steel wire off and to have it in 16 to 18 mesh to have a better influential of the reactor, or it will block the tube inside. This is why we have this design, and this is the biggest difference in the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. And another is more similar to the batch type or semi-type. The reactor is more longer than the others because we have the biggest capacity. As for the 15 tons, we have the reactor of 26 meters. So we have a tub in the middle of the reactor. This is a tub. We'll have a picture later to show you the tub. And this is a burner and a tail gas burner. The red one is a burner to burn the natural gas or the oil, the wood. And the little one is the tail gas burner to burn the tail gas. This is a discharging system. Why we can discharge the carbon black in high speed, high temperature, all due to this system. It has the water cover the slag to cool down the carbon black. So after the 3 step, we have this. After the 3 step, the carbon black can reach to a temperature, then you can pack it directly. And the rubber powder can feed this continuously, and the carbon black will discharge from this continuously for 45 to 60 days. This is a cooling water. And the purification system. And you can have a look about it. If it's not clear, you can't see it clearly, you can just talk me in the comment places, and I can read for you. You can just read it. This is the material picture of our pyrolysis equipment. As you can see, our material is not only the waste tire, it can include the saw, the hammer, safety hammer, the plastic box, waste tire, or the needle tumbling, or any other plastic things. Just as I say, tail gas is condensed to liquid oil from the cooling system, and non-condensed gas will directly recovered and used for heating the reactor. It can convert waste tire into oil gas. Non-condensed gas is just as I say tail gas, and the carbon black through the high temperature heating. And this is how it works. The first one is a reactor. The pyrolysis happened here, and the oil gas through here, the outlet to the buffer tank, and the cooling system, the condenser system is this. It will temporarily stay here. The liquid oil will stay here, the oil tank. And later, when the pyrolysis equipment have done, we'll pump it into the larger ones, the larger oil tank. And this is the real equipment display. You can see it. It's our customers from the foreign countries. And this is a batch type pyrolysis plant. The reactor, condenser system, this is a vacuum activate pressure box. And it is the kind of safety equipment to ensure we don't have explosion. We don't have an explosion when you open the reactor, because it may have some gas remain in the reactor, and if we just open the door directly, it may have an explosion because the gas touched the air, the oxygen, yeah. And so we have this safety equipment, safety system, and this is also our patent system of our country, our company. So we also have our another some patent design. If you want to know more, just tell us, talk with us from the WhatsApp number, WhatsApp, or the email, the telephone, by telephone, or by WeChat. So our manager will talk with you immediately. And like this live show will just tell you or have an introduction for you. So if you want to know more, you need to contact with me, contact with our manager to have the profit, the prices, the influential of this. This is another others client equipment of our country, of our company. It is also a bag type pyrolysis plant. You can see you can choose the color or the design. We have our engineer to design how to put it in a more efficient or more good way in your factory. This is the delivery picture of our equipment. You see our logo and our name. So the delivery picture. And this is a customer's factory. And this is different from the picture later. This is a fully continuous pyrolysis plant. You can see the reactor is more longer than that. I need to put the rubber powder from it. And this is the next to this factory is a rubber powder produced factory. And the rubber powder will come to this factory by the winch. Then there's scraper in it, and to put on these two lines. It has 3 lines. It's a 3-line equipment, and 1 line is 50 tons, and 3 lines 150 tons. It can produce 150 tons per day. And this is all our picture. And the third one is how to use it. The fuel, carbon black, and steel wire. The fuel is the oil. Can use it in a cement factory, the bricks factories or glass factories, and the carbon black can use like the to replace the coal, or it can have make a raw material for the rubber or the paint. And steel wire, you can just, it's a good steel used for the production of material. And this is a fuel for factories, like I said, cement factories, miles, glass factories. Carbon black, it has a high heating value as high as a coal. Steel wire. And now let's have a summary. Today I will give you an introduction of the 3 main equipment in our factory, and it's include the batch type pyrolysis plant, the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant, and the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. And not only about that, I also have an introduction of how our oil can use and our oil yield, and another what can use for about the carbon black and the steel wire, and why we have this project, why many bosses come in this project to make the waste tire to the oil, because it's not only for profit, and it's also to environmental friendly. So our government encourages this, and many countries encourage this project. It will have some many profits, and the government will give you some money to encourage you to done this project. So if you want to know more, just talk with us. Our manager will waiting for you to give you an introduction about the profit and the any other things you want to know. And maybe our live show will end from this. Anything you want to know, just call us or email to us. And that's all about today's live show. If you don't have any questions, I will end this live show in this time. And thank you for your following. Thank you for your following, and thank you for watching. I haven't seen this before. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your following, and then thank you for your watching today. And have a nice day to you. Okay, have a nice to you. Good evening, good morning, good evening, and good night. Goodbye.